your Alaska Link weather for Fairbanks and the interior.
Into this week, we were keeping a very close eye on the snow depth here in Fairbanks. As we know, over the last week, we went from nearly a foot of snowfall on the ground to now seeing no snowfall. Now, we typically average seeing our first spring snow depth reaching zero come around April 23rd, and that was officially achieved. And we are noting that not only did it occur on that date this year, but it also occurred on April 23rd last year as well. So hitting that number right on the dot. Now, although we hit that first zero of a snow depth here this spring, note that we may see that rise a bit if we get any snow events. But we note that our average last measurable snowfall, so getting a tenth of an inch or more, typically ends around April 15th. Now, last year we did have some snow in early May on May 6th, but the last really snow we've seen here in Fairbanks was around April 15th. So we'll note that snow season here is talking about coming to an end. Now, as we look at the snow season, we had a fairly seasonable one. We noted over just shy, I should say, of 70 inches with a little bit of a surplus there. As we note that that's good news. That means that we have enough moisture in our soils that we've typically had in these winter months, and we'll keep an eye on now bringing in rain shower potential into our soils, and also noting that now that we're getting away from talking snow depth, that will bring us into talking that river ice melt as well. But we still could have those cool environments. And note that May and April don't bring in a whole lot of snowfall, but they do average a little bit there. So we'll keep an eye on still some potential snow chances. But overall, we're talking pretty quiet forecast. We have this beautiful blue sky that was seen here this Thursday across Denali National Park. And we are noting that our day is just only continue to get brighter here, which one has been working at that snowpack, and two, also it allows for us to start to see those rising temperatures, which helps lift that snow level and also melt down that snowfall in some of our higher elevational areas. Now, for our Friday here in Fairbanks, we're looking at a morning of 27 degrees and an afternoon of 49, slightly cooler there than normal, but we'll still talk about seeing that sunshine there stretching over portions of Denali National Park and into the valley area. A little bit of some return of some moisture that is moving into the far western portion of the state, including the southwest, so that does allow for some extent of some cloud cover at points, but overall we are going to continue to stay under some very quiet conditions here in Fairbanks. 16 hours and 23 minutes of daylight for our Friday with a high temperature of 49 into Fairbanks, Denali National Park at 45, Circle at 36, Tanana at 40 degrees. Saturday, we are noting that we will get a bump up in the warming potential there, looking at returning to some seasonable highs into those 50s, and we'll stay there at least through Monday and talk some potential showers come next week, Tuesday.